Hello YouTube, this is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh here, and this is a brand new deck profile. This time I'm bringing you Ariadne PEPE. The last upload on my channel was standard PEPE, and the reason I'm doing such a similar deck for this new video is because I got a new camera set up, as you can see. So no more, holding it with shaky cam. Hopefully I can get it done better and more efficiently now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, I figured that this deck or this build was different enough to warrant a new video. So yeah, if you want to build Ariadne PEPE, this might be the deck for you, and it's actually quite cheap as well, so if you want to pick up a cheap deck for the new format, you could pick this up. It's still good. Don't let anyone tell you that PEPE or whatever is dead. It's certainly not. It's just as valid as, say, something like Cosmo or not the APK or Monarchs, right? It's one of those kind of okay decks. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So yeah, straight up we got 3 Sork. Best card in the deck, the reason you still run the Perform Pal parts in the PEPE deck. Without this, there's not really much left of the engine. Monkey Board being banned really weakens this card. It's much better with Monkey Board because of the fact it has something good to search. In fact, it becomes like +5 if you can resolve a really good one of these with a searching Monkey Board. But of course, it's still good because you can still go as far as +4 with this card if you pop the right cards. So yeah, 3 PEPE Sork. Then we've the 1 Joker, just a decent +1, level 4, and a good searchable card with PEPE Sork. So yeah. Then we've got the 1 Lizard Draw and the 1 Gwee Turtle. You shouldn't run this card at more than 1 anymore, because the only time it's good, because you don't run as many PEPE cards anymore and Monkey Board's banned, is with Gwee. So what you do is you summon Pendulum Sorcerer. Pendulum Sorcerer searches both of these cards, and then you can draw 2 cards. However, since you will only really be resolving one of Pendulum Sorcerer like that, it's pointless to run at these either more than 1. Gwee bricks a lot more than Lizard Draw. However, Lizard Draw is starting to brick just as much now that you run so much less PEPE cards. And also, without Monkey Board, you can't search Lizard Draw, make your Pendulum summon, and then destroy it for a draw. 1 Silver Claw for the last of the standard Perform Pals. I chose this over Radish Horse because it's a high scale, it's a 5 as opposed to a 3. And that's all there really is to choosing this card. Its attack is nice. I mean, it goes up to 2100 when it attacks, which can get over a few cards, a few problem monsters. And that's really it. Radish Horse with Joker is a 1 card out to cards like Anti-Spell Fragrance, whereas this card isn't. However, the chances of you seeing Joker without putting your scales up when Anti-Spell's up is really low. So I find that reasoning kind of pointless. So yeah, that's the last of my standard Perform Pals, but I do have the 2 Unicorn, and 2 is fine. If you only play 1, you're really limiting yourself because you might not have the right cards later on for when you need to summon a Kieran. You might not have the 1 left in the deck, maybe it was destroyed, or maybe you've drawn it and played it. However, 3 can clog quite a lot. And then I have the 1 Phoenix, which is the last of the Perform Pals. Phoenix is kind of good. I mean, it's a low scale, and you've so many low scales anyways, but I think it's nice for Skyres, not only to have the extra target, but also have the option of going for a low scale. So yeah. Then for the last of the Skyres targets, you have the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, which is quite good. Not as good with Monkey Board banned because it cannot search Monkey Board anymore, and therefore you've not as many great targets. In fact, you've no great targets. The best card you kind of grab off this is, say, a Centric Archfiend maybe, or maybe a PEPE Sork if you can't make a play this turn and want to make a play next turn, then you could get a PEPE Sork. But for now, I think 1 is enough, and yeah, you can summon it with the Unicorn as your scale. Then on to our Draco cards. We have the 1 Luster, which really doesn't need any explanation. It's at 1, and it's probably one of the best Pendulum cards in the game released so far. Then you have the 3 Master. I like 3 because I'm running Painful Decision, and not only am I running Painful Decision, but I also like to have the last copy just for getting it out with Ignister. Since you're running 2 and it's not a great card to draw anyways, it's nice to have the option, to run the 3 and never have a situation where you can't Draco Face Off, or you can't Painful Decision, or you can't Ignister. The 1 extra card doesn't cause you to brick that much more, and yeah, it's a 3 scale, which isn't great, but that's all I need to say about Master Pendulum. And then 1 of each. Of course, 1 of each means I can't Painful Decision for Vector, which is fine, because I can always Painful Decision for Master now that I'm running 3 copies. which kind of further cements that logic. But you do want the high scale, and that's why I run it. You can't replace master with high scales because luster's at 1. So yeah, and the reason I don't run 2 of this is, of course, because you want the option always of getting a guaranteed low scale. So yeah, there you go. Then we have 3 Magical Abductor. One of the best cards to run in this deck. Even if it's kind of inconsistent, it's important to run it just because you need those power plays, like resolving a Magical Abductor for the Searching Any Pendulum card, which is just fantastic. You need this, even though it's kind of bricky, just because the deck needs power plays. And then that brings me on to the namesake of the deck, Ariadne, because it's Ariadne PEPE. If you don't know what this card does, is when it's destroyed, that's in the scale, that's if it's on the field. Even if it's banished, as long as it's destroyed, you get to take 3 counter traps out of your deck, your opponent chooses 1, and then it gets set to your side of the field. Or maybe it gets added to your hand. I think it's set to your side of the field, though. Let me see. Adds to your hand. Okay, so yeah, it adds to your hand, and then, yeah, you have a free counter trap. And with like cards like Pepe Sork, destroy this in the scale, you search 2 cards, plus you get a counter trap, and if you search like Gui and Lizard Draw, you're drawing 2 more cards, and you have a scale. It's just really crazy plays you can make with this card. It is a little bricky, and it's a 3 scale, which isn't great, but you kind of have to make sacrifices for cards as powerful as this. Then we've got the 1 Kieran. Not an awful lot of high scales. I can, like there's 1 7, and then there's 2 8 scales, which are the only scales in this deck high enough. Actually, there's a Joker, which is an 8 scale too, but you never really scale Joker. It's just not worth it. So yeah, Kieran, because it's such a powerful card, you just run the 1 copy anyways. No Bunbuku. Bunbuku is not worth it. It's a level 3, which isn't great, and it clogs up the deck. It's not great. And generally, after you've resolved the first Bunbuku, then you can't search anyway, so you could just searching more Bunbukus, which is really bad. So yeah, 1 Kieran, and then for the last Pendulum monster, I have the 1 Eccentric Archfiend, which is a 7 scale, which is really, really good. It's also a good odd eyes Pendulum Dragon target, and it's a great out to a lot of, cards like Thunder King, or if you want to put it in the scale, you can out nasty floodgates that aren't anti-spell. So yeah, the 1 Eccentric Archfiend. And for the last monster, it might seem odd, because I'm running 3 Abductor, I'm trying to test out the 1 Veiler, which means that when you can resolve Abductor's on field effect, you actually, get a card for it. If you don't run Veiler, then you've no targets for it, and it's kind of weak. But with the 1 Veiler, you give yourself more options, and it never really clogs, because you're only running the 1 copy anyways. You don't see it that often, and when you do see it, it's not like you're stuck with tons of Veilers in your hand. It's only the 1. Then for the spells, I'm running 2 Skyars. 3 is fine too, but we're tight for space, and I'm running 3 Terraforming for the Skyars. Now these are Brilliant Fusions, as you can see. They're meant to be Terraformings. I don't have Terraformings. It's a shitty common. I don't know why I don't have it, but I'm actually getting it off one of my friends next locals I go to, so yeah, hopefully that'll be soon. And yeah, Terraformings, eh? Then for the 1-ofs, you got the 1 Draco Face-Off power card, 1 Painful Decision, kind of a power card, 1 Ignite Reload, which is actually quite a good tech. Not much of a commonplace card in Pendulum decks, but I do like the 1-of. It's once per turn too, so you kind of don't want to be running multiples of these cards. You can only run the 1 Draco Face-Off, then the 1 Upstart Goblin, and the 1 Odd Eyes Fusion. So 5 1-of spell cards, that's 10 spell cards in total, and this is enough, I think, for Abductor, because all of the Pendulum monsters are spell cards too, and a lot of them can destroy themselves and whatnot, so I think this is a fine setup. Yeah, they're all pretty decent cards. Oh, also this is a target for Skyars, so yeah, that's it. And last, we have 4 counter traps, so it's 3 strike and the 1 warning. I've considered running 2 scolding with the warning and the strike, which is great too. However, in recent testing, I've found that this is better just because the life point cost can get out of hand with scoldings, and also if you can resolve 2 Ariadne in a turn, you can, you can't do double scolding. It just doesn't work because it requires no other cards to be set. And yeah, so I just chose this over 2 scolding, 1 strike, and 1 warning. It's personal preference, I think, or based on your meta, but the meta of your locals. But I like this more. Then onto the extra deck, which is honestly kind of a bad extra deck because I have not got all the cards I need for it. Honestly, I'd probably get the Utopia the Lightning Engine because I haven't gotten that yet. And in addition to that, you could probably put a card like Giant Hand in there, which I just don't own, and it would be slightly better, but it's mostly finished, so I'll go into that too. 1 Ignister, 2 Dinister. I like it. I liked having the second Dinister. Ignister is, of course, at 1, so You have no option to run, but to run the one. Yeah, self-explanatory enough. Then for the Odd Eyes Fusion, I've got the cards to make Vortex from the extra deck. Extra deck space is not really that tight. As I said, I have cards in here that I wouldn't normally run if I had other cards. So yeah, that's 6 cards already. 1 Magister, 1 King of the Fair Limps, and 1 Trapeze Magician. They're all pretty much... This is good. It searches your lizard draw, and that's really it. I just figured it was decent because it allows you to search a pendulum monster. No matter what else it is, it's a pendulum searcher, which is a high scale too. Magister, of course, is excellent card. It allows you to search pretty much any pendulum in the deck, I believe. And Trapeze is made rarely, but can help you push for a game, which is all it needs to do, especially in a deck as aggressive as this. 1 Dweller, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 1 Castell, 1 Honor Arc, 1 Rhapsody in Berserk, and 1 Dark Rebellion Dragon. If you were to ask me what I'd replace, I'd probably replace these with the Utopia engine, with this being a... oh, what's that card again? My bad. Giant Anta, maybe. I think the Utopia engine is 2 Exceeds, but it could be a 3rd Exceed. I'm not quite sure what it goes like, because it's only just become legal here in the EU. Forgive my ignorance. I don't play in the States, I play in the EU, so yeah, it's only just legal here. But if it's 3 cards, then those 3 cards, otherwise it's Giant Hand plus 2 of them. Although you could probably keep either of these cards in if you figured that they'd be pertinent at your locals. And that's all I really need to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the new camera setup. I'm still getting used to it, so yeah. And I hope you guys enjoyed the deck, which is the most important thing. So if you did enjoy the deck, can you leave a like, please? Subscribe if you want to see more content. I upload kinda regularly. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.